21-year-old Jean was evacuated in World War II. She never saw her mother again and was told that she died before the war ended. She now wants to find out if this is true. Hi, it's lovely to meet you. You look beautiful. Oh, lovely.
2 teas.
Thank you.
Why can't I have a big cup?
I've got
You're
the
not the
fancy
guest.
one. Yeah.
Oh, I
I've
see.
got the fancy one. So, Jean, what is it that you're trying to find out?
I would really like to know whether my mother actually did die during the war, as I was told when I was a child, or did she live on and have another family and another life?
That's a wild thought, isn't it, Jean? The idea that your mother may not have been killed.
Looking back, nobody had ever shown me a grave. Had the family lied to me all these years? Has my father lied to me?
And why would they?
This is what I don't know.
So take me right back, Jean. So you were an evacuee.
Yes, we were evacuated, my sister and I, just as the war started. At the beginning of September 1939, I was 7. We got on a train from Manchester. Hadn't been on many trains, but I didn't have a clue where I was going. My mother told me I was only going for 1 day, so I wouldn't panic because she knew that it was going to be longer.
Within 48 hours of war, 1 million children were miles away from their homes in the comparative safety of the country.
I was taken to a family called Mr. and Mrs. Benson, and were left there to be looked after. But I wanted to go home to my mother.
How did the conversation go when someone sat you down and said, look, we need to talk about your mum?
Must have been about 1941. I can remember Mrs. Benson said, your daddy's asked me to tell you that your mummy's died. And I believed it, because the grown-up had told me that. I got the idea that the house had been bombed and my mummy had died. So I just believed. And I continued to believe that because nobody told me anything different.
And then what did your dad say when you saw him?
Didn't say anything.
That's bonkers.
He got married again and we were left with his sisters. And nobody ever mentioned my mother's name to me, ever.
When did you start doubting what you'd been told as a kid?
For a 90th birthday present, the family took me to see the evacuee memorial, and it was very, very emotional. It really was. And then Kevin mentioned that he was going to Manchester, and I said to him, well, would you see where my house used to be? And I was totally amazed when Kevin rang me and he said, Mum, your house hasn't been bombed.
It's still standing.
Your house is there. It's a complete road of houses. I have lived my whole life believing the story that I was told. But if the house wasn't bombed, where did my mother go?
There must have been times where you've thought, God, if my mum didn't die, How was it for her not being able to see her two girls?
There are so many unanswered questions. I think it's time I knew the truth.
Jean is visiting Turi to see if testing her DNA will help discover what really happened to her mum.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah?
It is so lovely to meet you.
And it's very lovely to meet you as well.
So how can I help you?
Well, my question is, Turi, what happened to my mother? I thought that during the war she was bombed. I never questioned what happened to her until I got to be 90 years old. If she didn't die, what happened?
So we know that there were 70,000 UK civilians killed during the war. So it could be that your mum was one of those.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is that this was a period of just huge upheaval for families. We know that in 1939, the divorce rate was about 8,000. By 1947, so just 2 years after the war, it's 60,000.
Yeah.
And the way DNA would help would be if your mum left, did she have another family? And if she did have children, have they taken a DNA test? So we'll do the DNA analysis, but we will also do all of the records as well and see what we can find for you.
Whatever you can find out would mean everything. If she did survive, I would like to think that she was happy, but at the back of my mind, did she ever think about me? Did she remember me? I'd like to think she did.
The best hope of discovering if Jean was lied to about her mother's death is looking for any family matches on the worldwide databases. Jean is waiting to see if DNA testing will be able to find any other relatives of her mother to show whether she survived after the war.
I don't have any idea of what my mother looked like. I haven't got any photographs at all. I always wanted a mother. My father didn't have any interest in us. I think the one thing that I always wanted was to be the centre of somebody's life, to matter to somebody. I never felt really safe or happy until I married and had my own home and my children.
What do you want me to do then?
Can you take some of the heads off those hydrangeas there?
These one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think my mum, as she's got older, she is reflecting more on the past. She knows that she's 91, time is running out. And it would be nice, hopefully, to find out that she was loved, she was thought about, and that her mother never forgot them. I'll follow
Oh, what
you.
lovely daffodils.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? You could have taken the labels off.
Jean is returning to the University of Leicester to discover if DNA can provide answers about her mother.
Hello, Jean, come on in.
Hello.
Come sit down. It's lovely to see you again.
It's nice to see you again as well, and I brought the sunshine.
You did.
Yeah.
So when you first came, your question was about what had happened to your mum.
Yes.
And that's because you had been evacuated during the war, and during the period of the war, you had been told that your mum had been killed.
Yes.
So we did take your DNA with the hope of finding somebody that could tell us what happened to your mum. And we didn't find anybody matching you. But we were not going to just let it sit. Oh, there. We know your mum's name is Alice Maud Moss.
That's right.
And we found the marriage record of her marrying your dad, George Hibbert. But then we were trying to find a death certificate for an Alice Hibbert, and we couldn't find anything. So the first thing I can tell you is that your mother was not killed in the war. She died in 1958. Yeah.
So she didn't die when I was told she died.
There's more. And we could see on the records that Alice married a man called George Wass. Let me draw you a family tree. So this is your mum, and that's your dad, and this is you and your sister. Your mum remarried during the war. This is George.
So she did divorce my father.
She did. They had a daughter. Her name is Valerie, and that is your half-sister. Wow. So Valerie passed away in 2017. She had 2 daughters. This is Dawn, and that's Cheryl. And they're alive and well. They're your nieces.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I've only got one niece up to now.
And Dawn was really more than happy to take a DNA test. The DNA test gave us conclusive evidence as to what had happened to your mum.
I can't believe that after everything you just said.
Yeah.
I have in my mind then a picture of the marriage failing. Perhaps she'd met somebody else, and it's one night, I hope I'm right, he said, well, you can go, but you're not having the girls. That is just the feeling I've got.
And it's a question, isn't it? You wondered about, did she, she did leave.
She did leave.
And did she go on to have a happy life? And it seems that she did.
Yeah, I hope she did. That's a big sigh of relief. Yes. Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Jane.
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah?
I'm very happy with what I have found out. I am so very, very grateful.
Total pleasure. So you feel content?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that could sort of top this off for you?
Yes. Being able to perhaps ring a half niece or something.
That's right, you've got 2 nieces. But you know, I think that's probably entirely possible because we've been in touch with Cheryl and Dawn,
Yeah.
and they are thrilled. They can't
Are they
believe
really?
they've got you as a new family member.
Wow.
They told a really beautiful story, actually, that there was a photo in your mother's bedroom. And whenever anyone would say, who are these 2 girls? She would say, they're 2 very, very special little girls. And that photo was with her until the day she died.
So she didn't forget us.
It's become apparent that your mum never, ever, ever forgot about her 2 girls.
Oh, that was what you hoped, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've also got some photos that I'd like to share with you.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I'd love to see.
Yeah. Right. So this is a photo of your mum. There's your mum, Alice.
I'd never had a photograph. Can I keep that?
Oh, it's yours.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful photo. This is Valerie, your sister, with her daughter. That's Cheryl, your niece.
Ah. Oh, gosh.
Last shot. So these are Valerie's 2 girls. Dawn's in England. And Cheryl, who you've seen, she's in Canada. So they're all yours, Jean.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. You're right. Yeah. Just one last thing, Jean, I want to share with you, and then I'll leave you to it. Cheryl and Dawn asked me to pass over this.
Dear Jean, or should we say dear Auntie Jean, we are Cheryl and Dawn, your newfound nieces. Our mum Valerie, your sister, she was infectious, warm, loving, kind and caring. You in turn would have loved her. We're extremely excited to find that we have a whole new family out there. There is so much to say, and are looking forward to hopefully meeting with you and your family. We wish you and your family all the very best and good health. Take care, Cheryl and Dawn.
I'm really pleased for you.
I am so pleased. I really, really am.
2 months after receiving her results, Jean is meeting Dawn, her newfound niece, for the very first time.
When I first heard about Jean, I was just so excited. I just wish that my mum was still here and she could meet her sister, but obviously I'm going to do that on her behalf. And I'm so looking forward to having a new family and hoping to make new memories.
Hello, my darling. Do come in.
Hello there.
How lovely to see you.
Hi there. You okay?
Yes, and you.
Thank you for inviting me.
So this is your sister?
That's Valerie.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's Ronald. So that's Mum and Dad.
Right.
Do you see any resemblance at all there?
I don't know. I'm looking for it.
What about if we look at a more recent one in colour, do you
The
think?
eyes, possibly.
The blue, the bright blue.
Yeah.
And always a smile on her face. She was
I wish I could have met her.
I know, it's so
really
sad.
do. We would have had so much to...
Oh, I bet you would have had some stories.
At my age, I think you do tend to live in the past, and it's nice to have something not just for the present, but the future. I think I thought I'd come to the end and nothing else was going to happen. And now all of a sudden, it's a whole new world opened up.